Hello guys, welcome back to Earl's Fishing Adventures. Now, it's been a while since we've uploaded a video on this channel, and now that I'm fully, well, I wouldn't say fully, I'm kind of sorted in the shed now, and I've set the shed up to what I want to do for a video. So I think it's time we started doing some videos then, isn't it? So, now, like I say, I'm all settled in the new house. For some of you that don't know, I've moved house. I've moved a lot closer to the beach. I'm only a 5-minute walk from the beach, so as soon as the lockdown is over, we'll be out fishing. So don't worry about that. And also, because of the lockdown and we can't go fishing, I know there's some people out there that's got the privilege to go out and go fishing for a couple of hours. But for some of us, we can't. So we have to come up with some better ideas on what we can do. Now, I've come up with a couple of things that I need to get done. One of them is my fly rod. My fly rod, which is the Daiwa sensor, the 7 to 9 weight. But you can just faintly see the name there, but it's a bit faded out. But it's a Daiwa sensor. I've already what's happening is this rod needs rebuild. All the eyes are starting to pop off. All the pins, the foots of the eyes are starting to pop out. I'll see if I can get you an example on one, which is the it's not going to focus on the eye, but it's not going to, it's just focusing on my ring. Right, you can just see part of the foot just sticking up there. That's because it's popped off, and some of the other guides' eyes, whatever you want to call them, are all starting, all of the varnish and the epoxy is starting to pop off and crisp off. So I think it's time to rebuild it and get it back to working standard, and hopefully, because I've been wanting to try and get a mackerel or a possible bass on the fly rod, which I think would be awesome fight, to be honest, especially a bass. But the mackerel, I think, because mackerel are basically like mini tuners, the fight and like a vibrate kind of fight, and I think on a fly rod that will feel absolutely awesome. So we're going to rebuild this rod. I've already done the butt section off camera, but I'm going to show you now on the tip section on how I remove the eyes, the old eyes, and how I think in today's video I'm just going to show you how I remove the eye and then prep the blank ready for the next stage, which is putting the new eye on. So I'm going to set up the cameras and try and get you the best angles. It's kind of difficult to do it to get the correct angles, but I'm going to try my best. Okay guys, I'm hoping this angle is good enough for you, but we'll have to wait and see. See, I don't want the camera to start focusing on my fingers and stuff like that. Sorry about my disgusting fingers, I bite them a lot, but we're going to try our best and remove this. Now I've noticed very flexible, so I'm going to just alter the I'm just going to bring this one a bit closer towards this eye, so then it's a lot more sturdy, so it's not as flexible. Alright, so give me 2 seconds. Okay, alright, I've got it a bit more sturdier now. So as you can see, some of the epoxy on these eyes is starting to all crisp off, and all this whipping just looks old. So we're gonna remove the eye, and this is how I do it. First thing you need to get is some masking tape. All right, this is definitely, you need masking tape. It's a lot. It makes the job a lot easier. And then get 2 small strips like this. Okay. Right. So as you can see, there's like a gold trim right here. Now that's not whipping. All right, that's just like a piece of plastic or something. I don't know. But you want to carefully put the tape on that line, and then take it round, make sure it's nice and straight, and that's basically it. And then you need to do the same on the other side. And then roll it over like so. And then once that's done, get yourself a pen and then where the foots of the eye are, so this one and this one, you need to mark with the pen right there and right there, so then you know that's where it needs to sit when you whip it back on. See? And now what we can do is we can heat this and this up with a lighter, and then use a Stanley knife to cut the whipping and epoxy off. So all it needs is a light touch, and then gently go over the foot only, like so. Alright, just take the epoxy off and the whipping off, and then it should just peel off like this. And then once you've cleaned it all off, get all the old whipping off, and then that foot's clear now. Then do the same for this one. Just to soften the epoxy with a lighter. Cut it off, and it actually just popped off on its own. There, really small guide. Okay, now you want to put that to one side. Do not lose it, because that's the eyes you're going to be putting back on, if you want to put them eyes back on, that is. Now all you need to do is clean off all the whipping and all the old epoxy, and then that's it. So what I do is a light run with a lighter just to warm it up, and then carefully try not to cut into the blank. Use a Stanley knife to cut towards the tape that you put on earlier, and do the same that way. Well, in this case we have to go the opposite way. Try not to cut into the blank. Just carefully clean it all the way. Sometimes you can get the ends of the old thread, the old whipping, and then you can just like this. No, just pull it straight off. Sometimes it works. There you are. See? Sometimes you can pull it, and then sometimes you can get it right to the end. But because this epoxy is kind of old and brittle, it doesn't work very well. And then we've got near enough to the blank. And the best way that I've found to clean this off is, again, heat it up and then get a lolly stick, which I forgot in the house, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Now I've got a lolly stick, and then what you need to, well, this is what I do. Again, once you've got all the whipping off and all the old epoxy off, sometimes it can get really sticky, and if you want to clean it right down to the blank, make it nice and smooth and clean, heat it up a little bit, get your stick and just rub it. Like so. And again, do the same thing. Warm up a little bit. Get your stick. Do the same thing. Like so. And to me, that is put ready and perfect for putting an eye on. See, because these eyes didn't have like an underlay whipping, all it was just the eye whipped straight onto the blank. I'm going to do it the same way. All right. On some rods you can do like an underlay of whipping, and then put the guide on top of the underlay, and then whip it on top of that. But in this case, this rod wasn't built that way, so I'm just going to rebuild the rod the way it was. So yeah, that's how I remove the old guide. That's how I prep and remove the old guide, ready to put a new guide on, or the same guide back on. Whatever it is you're doing, that's how I do it. Now for part 2, I'm going to show you how I start whipping and the new eye on. Once I found my whipping, that is. I can't find it anywhere, but as soon as I find it, you'll see it. Just before I end the video, I was taking off the first eye on the tip section, the bigger eye. It was sitting here. This is the start of the tip section, and this part was all whipped. Okay, that's why I've only put the masking tape on this side. I didn't need to put it here because all this was whipped. So if your fly rod or any other rods are whipped in this kind of way, you don't really need to put the masking tape and draw. Well, you can draw your line. That's one thing I didn't do, but because I can see the foot was sitting right there, I can just draw a little line there, and Bob's your uncle. I'm done. But when I'm going to clean all this epoxy off and all the old whipping, and then when I go to re-whip this rod, I'm going to have to start the whipping from right at the very edge and then work my way all the way over the foot of the eye, and then finish it, and then do it the same on the opposite side, but only starting here. Yeah, so I just thought I'd let you know that. So yeah, we'll carry on, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.